Chris Guns from ATG Radio here with Frankie Colon and Puerto Rico's junior featherweight prospect and contender. I guess he's a full-fledged contender now, Orlando Del Valle. Appreciate your time, Orlando.
Always a pleasure for me. Thank you guys. Let's get it going.
Thanks, man. Big fight tomorrow night for the WBO featherweight title. Featherweight champion Mikey Garcia is taking on fellow countryman Juan Manuel Lopez. Mikey Garcia is the favorite. He beat the man who beat Juan Manuel. How can Juan Manuel pull off the upset, and what are his keys to victory tomorrow night?
And he definitely had a bunch of strength, To be honest, I'm supporting him. I'm 100% with him. He's from Puerto Rico, and I'm definitely rooting for him. But he's in a very tough fight. I give him at least the first 4 rounds to pull out an upset, or he did 125 pounds and a half, so it looks like he trained hard and looks in good shape. But hopefully, he comes and put the pressure in and tests Mikey Garcia's chin early, and he pulls them out for the count. So it will be good. But if the fight goes down deep waters, I don't see much. I don't see much of opportunity of Bomba coming out with a decision.
Yeah, Frankie.
How you doing, Orlando? Frank Colon here.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Yeah, I was going to ask you exactly what you said at the end there. Juanma's last fight, he didn't seem that he had the stamina in the later rounds. So I wanted to ask you exactly that. What, do you think he's made different where he's going to have the stamina if the fight goes to these later rounds?
Man, the difference over here is the period of time before fight, the downtime. Because when you see in a picture, he gets extremely heavy. You can tell, and a lot of fighters, not only him, a lot of fighters, they fight to make weight. You know what I'm saying? And then when time comes up, they do make weight, but at the end they got 5-6 good rounds in them. But then once the fight start going on the championship rounds or start testing the deep waters, then the stamina start going down the drain, and that's what we've been seeing from Wama probably the last 2 years. And I don't think that this over here is gonna be different than other fights.
Do you think that having those 2 losses against Orlando Salido and the subsequent suspension for the punishment that he took in those fights, how do you think that is going to weigh on the mind of Juan Manuel if the fight gets tough?
I mean, Juanma is a very, very tough fighter, and he has a lot of heart. So sometimes heart is you could play in a different way, in a good or a bad. And for him, he plays in a bad way because he got so much heart that when he's hurt, he keeps going forward, and that's why he lost against Alito. Because when he was hurt, he just kept wanting to fight him, and he did the same thing with Rafael Marquez. And if it happens over here again that he do get hurt, I don't see him going back or trying to move around or whatever, because that's just Juanma Lopez. That's the way he is, and he hasn't made no changes on his team, or I don't know. I don't be looking into his camp or nothing, but from over here, I'm over here in Puerto Rico reading the press and everything. Everything looks just as usual for them. So I expect another Juanma Lopez type of fight.
And like I said, Mikey Garcia is the favorite to defend his title. What makes him so good at what he does?
I mean, he's young, he's hard, and he's not a regular Mexican. No disrespect to no Mexican, but Mexicans are known for coming forward and throw a lot of punches. He could fight, and he could also go head to head. But we will see tomorrow how his chin is. If Bomba tests him and then he can take a punch, he can take his punch. So we probably Bomba is gonna be in there for a long time. But let's see what happens, man. I think it's gonna be a great fight to the last.
Do you think there's a chance for Mikey to be overconfident coming into this fight? He beat the man who beat the guy he's fighting. You think that might make him take Juan Manuel somewhat lightly?
I didn't think so till the Wayne, because he came in 2 pounds heavier, and that could be a factor of maybe overconfidence, or it could be a factor of that he's not holding the weight no more. So it may be or might be not. So we'll find out tomorrow.
Frankie.
All right, Orlando, this is Frankie again. I'm going to ask you a simple question. Do you think Juanma can knock out Mikey Garcia?
Yeah, man. He can knock out everybody opponent they put in front of him. Almost all his fights are about knockouts. So, like I say, I give him the punch of chances in the first 4 rounds. Now, that fight with Ponce de Leon when he first got his first title, I thought he was gonna be in there for a very long night. And he caught him right in the beginning and ended. So I don't doubt that this could happen again. Because Juanma, he is very, very hard.
So you think that if he wouldn't have caught De Leon early in the fight, and it would have went deeper, it would have been a different story?
Well, probably. You know, it was a 50-50 chance because De Leon was the one coming in with the experience. And who knows what would have happened. But, you know, he caught him and we already know what happened.
Okay, and I got one more question. How big is going to be this fight if Juanma wins? You know, for him, how big do you think it is for him?
I mean, to tell you the truth, it's basically gonna be one of the biggest fights of his life because it's gonna secure him another fight, another payday. He's basically a star of the weight division, and you know the more that you keep winning and getting these kind of fights, it could give you more leaving you financially set for you and your family. So you know I don't know. Yeah.
And if he loses, what does it mean? Or what do you think it means?
It means that he's already on the way out. You know, after that, we will see him probably in ESPN, Showbox, on this little show. Probably gonna have another beekeeper and see using it as a stepping stone. I mean, this is boxing, and everybody know how it is.
And your heart's with your fellow countrymen. You think he's dangerous for 4 rounds. If you were a betting man, Orlando, and you had to pick someone, what do you think we're going to be seeing tomorrow night?
Like I say, my heart is behind Juanma Lopez, but as a boxing fan, as an analyst, I don't see Juanma winning this fight. I think he got a bunch of chances in the first 4 rounds that I won't be surprised how Juanma knocked him out. But if the fight goes after 5 rounds, that will be Mikey Garcia is doing what he got to do, moving around, keeping him off balance, and doing what he do best. You know, the dude is very smart. I know him since the amateurs, and I think that he's the favorite.
Yeah, and it's not totally out of the question that you could be in the ring with him someday. You think he's going to win, and he's the favorite to win. What would Orlando Del Valle and Mikey Garcia fight look like?
The way that I looked at him, he didn't make weight today. After this fight, most likely 2 or 3 more fights, he'd be out of the way. So I don't think I will be facing none of them. Me, never, because I'll fight between 22 and 26, and I could make 22. So by the time that I really be fighting at 26, they both of them are gonna be long gone. So I don't think it will ever happen. But you know, I'm always up for challenge and to fight the best. And if ever fight happens between any one of them, I will always bet on me 100%.
And when do we get the honor of seeing you back in the ring?
We're looking forward to be back on August. I saw her cut on my right eye on my last fight, and we had to give him some time to heal. We already trained him. Hopefully we'll be back on August. I got offered a fight in July on ESPN, But me and my team, we decided that we wasn't going to be ready for the fight, and we decided to pass on that.
I appreciate your time. Can't wait to see you back doing your thing in the ring. Orlando Del appreciate your time, my man.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure to be with you, and as soon as I'm ready to be back, I will make an announcement and let you guys know as always, and give you guys a straight heads up.
All right, my man. Can't wait. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
All right, good.
Chris Guns and Frankie Colon from ATG Radio here with Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez. Big fight tomorrow night for the WBO featherweight title, Jonathan. Featherweight champ Mikey Garcia is taking on fellow countryman Juan Manuel Lopez. Mikey Garcia is a big favorite going into the fight. He beat the guy who beat Juan Manuel. How do you think Juan Manuel could pull it off and come away with this win?
Juan is a good fighter. He has a lot of experience in the ring, and he knows what to do. He knows that he's going against a great fighter like Mikey Garcia, and he has prepared himself good for the fight. I'm one of his partners in the gym, and I see him training. He's training very well. I think tomorrow he just need to be not too far from Marky and work inside of him and try to get a knockout 1-2 rounds.
And do you think having those two losses, those hard losses that he suffered against Orlando Salido, then he got suspended for the punishment he took in those fights, how do you think that's going to weigh on his mind and just affect him during the fight? If the fight gets tough, do you think?
I don't think it will not. It's not going to be on his mind. I think that's a book that he wrote. That's another book. Now his future that's in the line, and I think that's not going to be in his mind in the two losses, in the suspension. Nothing of that's going to be on his mind.
All right, Bomba, how we doing?
Hey, hello.
You said you train. You've been training with Juanma. I would like to know his last fight, stamina-wise, he hasn't been good in the last rounds. How do you see him if the fight goes to 9, 10, 11, those championship rounds? How do you see Juanma?
I see Juanma. I can tell you, I see Juanma. A woman that fought like with Rafael Marquez. With Rafael Marquez, he did not get tired. He did not get tired in that fight. I see him with that preparation. If he's going to the 8th, 10th round, I see him losing his 1-8. I see him going toe to toe with Mikey Garcia. And the 10th, the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I see him boxing. If he could win, he just got to win the early round. And the last round, be intelligent with Marky and work with him and try to win a little bit of rounds, the late rounds.
Do you think? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
It's all right, man. If you had another one, I don't mind if you want to take it. But you have more insight than anyone, being that you train in the same gym with him and you get a chance to talk to him closely. How much do you think the problems, the marital problems that he had, affected him during the fights with Orlando Salido? And do you think he's past that now? Do you think he's trouble-free and could focus strictly on the task at hand, fighting Mikey Garcia?
Yes. Right now he has a girlfriend. His girlfriend helps him a lot. I think he and his old wife, they are separated, but they're friends. And I think he has a girlfriend right now that's helping him a lot. And I think he's very focused for this fight. He's with his kids. He's with all his family and his mother, everything, and everything's going fine. And I think he's very focused for this fight. This is his fight for his life, and he knows that.
Okay, early on, I think it was last month, maybe 2 months ago, we saw Juanma in an interview all banged up. Now, there's a lot of speculation. Some people say he fell while he was running. Other people say that it was the medicine ball. I mean, what happened here? What happened to Juanma? Is his face okay? Is this going to affect him in any way? Because it wasn't that long ago.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you about that because I was not there. They told me that it was in the track. He was doing some exercise with the medicine ball, and he tripped himself with his feet, and he just fell.
Yeah, no. I mean, it just looked like something very bad. I was like, oh my God, what happened? when I saw him in the video.
It looked bad, but that didn't happen.
Who wouldn't look bad if they fell on their face? that ain't fair. Like I said though, Mikey Garcia. Yeah.
It looked like the fight already happened. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, okay, well, did I miss the fight? What happened? You know, it was weird. Just weird seeing that.
Yeah, I know that the little cut was very bad, but things happen. This happened in the training camps. Happen. You can get hurt. You can fall. You could anything can pass. Anything can pass in the training camp.
That's right. And like I said, Mikey Garcia is the favorite to defend that title successfully. What makes him so good at what he does?
Mikey Garcia is a great fighter. He has a family that comes to the Vargas, Fernando Vargas. His father trained Fernando Vargas. His brother trained Brandon Rios, Donito Dolan, a lot of big fighters. And that's the school that he's coming up. He's coming up for a school that comes from Vargas, Donito, Brandon Rios, and he's seen all of the fighters coming up. That's why he got a lot of experience. That's why he's a fighter that now he's one of the best fighters in the 126.
Do you think there's a chance that Mikey might actually come in too confident, being that he beat the guy that beat Juanma? Do you think he might be taking Juanma a little lightly?
I don't think so. I think I don't think the weighting didn't say that he was 100%. He went up to 128 and he didn't do the weight, but I think that's a game plan. I think the weight is a game plan to come more stronger, but they know that they're coming with a Juanma hungry to be a champion again and be in the top level of the 126.
Bomba, from your perspective, and this is, the last question I'm going to ask you. From your perspective, how big is this fight for Juanma? Like in the scale of all his other fights. Yeah, in the scale of all of his other fights, is this a really big fight for him?
This is a fight that if he gets knocked out, if he wins badly, he loses badly, it's a Juanma over. It's a Juanma that is gonna fight with young prospects coming up, and he's gonna be like an escalator. He's gonna be like a step for another fighter. But if he wins this big fight, he's gonna come up big fights for him. He's gonna come fighters like Donito Donaire, the same Rocky Martinez. He could go up to 130. A lot of options. But if he wins this fight, it's gonna be better for him because he get more money. He could negotiate. He could fight bigger fighters, and HBO could call him to fight at HBO. That's all what he needs to win, to fight on HBO. Big fights, get more money.
So if he loses, it's retirement time, or not retirement, but he's not going to get the payday. He's going to be.
It depends how he loses. If he loses of a decision that 113, that's a decision very, very close. If he loses and he looks good, but he's not gonna be he can't retire. But he gets knocked out or he loses badly, but he's gotta be thinking to 1 or 2, 3 more fights and then retire.
And it's kind of do or die, look good or go home, I guess. It's Bomba. It's time for your pick.
This is like the Miami game. 2-1. Miami loses 1. They're going home. They loses 2. They got opportunity to be champions.
And that's it. So you know your sports. You're involved in sports. So I'm sure you make bets. You make friendly bets. Maybe bets for money. If you're a betting man, how you think this fight's going to play out?
I think I did my bets. I guarantee I did my bets. I got my Walmart like an underdog, and I bet 100 to 300. If I lose, I pay 100. If they lose, they gotta give me 300. I do my little bets.
All right, man. Last time we saw you in the ring is in April. You got a decision win over Francisco Perez in Mexico City. Tell us, when do we get the honor of seeing you back in the ring again?
Yeah, it was a tough fight. First thing, it was tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope to be on the ring July 13th against one of the big. I want big fight. I want a big fight. One big names like Giovanni Segura. I want Brian Below is not gonna fight till September, August. But the Top Rank has a plan. That little plan for me. So we fight in September, October for a world title. And that's what I'm doing. I'm training very hard to go up to the next level, to be a world champion, and keep putting my island, Puerto Rico, in the map.
Can't wait to see you on the big stage in a big fight, and we'll be calling to get people's picks on your fight. Thank you, Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez. Appreciate your time, my man.
Thank you.